Okay, these are the pieces off the side of that 6-inch cant, so they're 6 inches high. They just have too much weight on them to be a board. So I'm gonna make 2x4s out of them, but I also need my stickers, you know, so we're gonna saw it at 5 inches, and you know, there's a sticker there. We'll keep that, throw that away, and saw it one more time, and we'll have, you know, there's 12 feet long, so there's 3, 6, 9 stickers there. If you don't cut these, you'll end up short, and then you won't have them for stacking your lumber. So it's worth it to take the time and go ahead and make a worthless cut, which isn't going to get me much. So we'll just set her at 5. Double check our dogs, make sure they're down far enough. They look good, stable. We'll cut this off. Cut up later. I just like to put them right there, like I think we showed in past videos what happens with those. This one's got one in it. We can get it. Nope, it broke on the knot.
Okay.
So we'll just throw that away. And then there's our 2x4. So that was all out of that cant. You know, that cant looked funny because it had all that bark and stuff on it. But I didn't lose anything. There they are. And it was easier than cutting pieces and putting them over here and bringing them back, so it was worth it to make that big 12, even though it wasn't perfect. This was much. I never even took these off the deck. You know, those were the last 2, so this one I just had to bring over, and that was it. Now I got nice 2x4s. Look at them.
Very nice. Hardly any waste over there.
And it wasn't
That's
as much
almost
work. The rest of the side lumber is going to be heavy. All right, we're down to our last 4 pieces of side lumber. This is the stuff we took off before we got the cant. These 2 pieces aren't, you know, obviously you can tell the face ends at about 8 foot, so that's a nice, we'll get a 2x6 out of something out of it. We're just going to go ahead and cut this one too. I don't want to saw all this dirty bark, so we'll just go ahead and cut them at 8/6 and then throw them on the deck and pin them in beside those. So we'll get the chainsaw and we'll buzz those off. We're gonna throw this back on the deck and finish up getting our boards out of it, and however we want to do that. We got 12. I cut these to 8 because they didn't have anything on the end. So we're going to throw these on the deck, get them mounted up, and see what we can get out of them and finish up this log. See, you look at this and you're going, man, if I just cut that back to 8 foot, I could almost cut a 2x4 and a 2x6 out of it. But if I try to get a 12, what am I going to get? Not nearly as much. So it's something to think about. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it the way it is, and then we can just trim the end of it off with whatever we end up with. These are heavy, so lift with your legs. And a lot of times I'll just scoot it back a little so it'll stay there. You know, I went through some effort, like I said, to make sure when I cut this log that I took a side off and turned it, didn't make any boards, took another side off and turned it so I could get this flat. Because I'm telling you, if you saw slabs off of this instead of doing it that way and try to stand these up on this live edge, it's not any fun. This is easy. I mean, it'll almost stand there by itself, almost. You're not gonna do that with a live edge. It's gonna be a real pain. So our wood is, you know, it's really right here. So we're gonna get it pinned in here. We're probably gonna lift that just like we do when we're jacking the log in the beginning, because it has bad taper. This is the same thing, same piece of wood, just you're cutting it a different way. So this doesn't look too bad. It's got a lot of taper here, so it's kind of got it in the middle. So I think we'll just leave it. We're gonna get a tape measure and see where we're at before we even try to cut this. So this is 2-inch. We talked about making our stickers. So we want every cut on this we want to make 1 inch, because we get 1x2s, which is what we want for our stickers. Sounds like you don't want to do that, but to keep your sticker rack full, that's what you got to do. So we might have lost a sticker or two on that one, but it really wasn't worth cutting through all that dirty bark to get it. This is nice. So a 2x6 needs to have a third to make a board. So this has enough, there's 2/3 there. So that's good enough for a board if you wanted to make it that way. We're gonna flip it over. And then your face is there, you're gonna have it. So this one's beautiful. Same with it, we'll tip it over. That one's good. Tip it over. This one, haven't even got there yet. So we'll scoot them back. We cut them at 11, so we can look at this end and see that, you know, a 10's really not gonna be very good. So that puts you at an 8. So we can make a bunch of stickers now, because we're already down to having flat spots. So we'll pin them down. Even with these, you kind of want to look at them and make sure that you got them pinned so they're square, you know, because they'll lean. Like this one looks like it needs to be, you know, from that bottom a little bit. Okay, we'll just go ahead and cut it at 10. That'll give us a couple stickers there and whatnot to work with. Here. So that made a pretty nice 10.
Oh, very nice.
This one made a nice 10 that's 12 feet, a nice 10-footer. So to me, I'm probably just gonna call it. This one and this one need some work still, but so we'll scoot them over and do that. But so this one's, that's a nice 2x10. I mean, I don't know what you're looking for. If you want it to be perfect, you could keep on sawing. For me, that's a, you know, would probably make got that little bit of wane on it, so it'd make a number 2. And then this one, we'll look at it again. See if you made there's an 8, so we'll probably make a 10-footer and be perfect. Cut that off, get rid of it. We'll take it out. So that's we have a little wane, but enough. Same there. So that's considered 2x8. See what that looks like. That one's got a little bit to be desired still. Yeah, it's not enough. It's less than a third. So when I get down to one piece, I'm not going to fool with it. I'll put this to the side and cut another log, and we'll throw this in the rotation of the next side lumber. So that pretty well does it. There's your log. There's that big, ugly, tapered white fir.